What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today I would do a rant about the mess of always online projects we've seen these last few years and whether it's time for them to finally die. This is a bit of a complicated issue because when developers first came up with the idea of using giant servers to help make smarter enemies and better graphics, it was a really great concept. After all, this just meant the things we loved playing most could be better than ever. The problem is, we've yet to see an amazing game that truly uses this technology in the way it was promised. Just as an example, this week we had the release of For Honor, Ubisoft's new sword-fighting adventure. Being able to hack apart warriors from all different parts of history was fun. Unfortunately, what's turning off a lot of people is the fact that you need to be constantly connected to the company's online services. Both the single player and multiplayer cannot be enjoyed at all if you aren't logged onto the internet, which is just absolutely crazy to me. This might not be so bad if at least the gameplay was so freaking incredible that we understood that it required the added server processing, but it really isn't. If I worked a 14-hour day and came home to raid a Viking stronghold, but Ubisoft's networks are down for some reason, then I've essentially wasted $60 of my hard-earned money on a useless plastic disc. Greedy publishers are forcing this on us, claiming it's an effort to stop piracy, when really, if you look at the statistics, piracy is a very small issue overall. These attempts to halt the hackers from stealing their game really only end up hurting the paying players. Look at the dumpster fire that was Sim City. In 2013, the studio Maxis launched what was supposed to be a reboot to the beloved city-building series, going back to its simple roots and giving us the ultimate sandbox experience. One of the features the designers were super proud of is that instead of keeping your save file on your computer, it would be held in a data cloud. This would allow you to log in on any device whenever you wanted, and your happy little town would pop up in seconds. Once again, we run into the issue that the studio wasn't expecting such a heavy server load and their mainframes crashed. This left millions of customers unable to play what they had just bought, even though it's a fully offline game. There is no competitive mode in SimCity. This isn't StarCraft, so why are publishers pushing this more and more? That's a slightly difficult question to answer, but it really boils down to the fact that realistically, designers are just hungry to take every penny they can. Blizzard is often considered to be one of the best and most consumer-friendly developers around because they truly seem to care about the feedback they hear. While I do think that they want to be as honest as possible, let's not forget what happened with Diablo 3. At release, this always online title was intended to be the perfect sequel fans have been begging for nearly a decade. With a new art style, fresh classes to learn, and an expansive story full of deep lore, expectations were high. Whether it met this hype is debatable, but it sold insanely fast, which led to exactly what you're thinking. Their servers went down badly for weeks, completely stopping anyone from exploring this world even alone. When people demanded answers as to why this was all locked directly to such weak online services, Blizzard stated that it was required to make sure no one was going into the game's code to cheat their way into getting more powerful items. Now you might be asking, what makes this digital gear so important that they're willing to screw over players? Well, it's all because of the real money auction house feature that was added in Diablo 3. They needed everyone online so they could monitor who was trying to get stuff legitly and to make sure that they could keep selling the top quality gear for an extra cash fee. I fully understand that game design is getting very expensive and they have to make all the profit they can, but this is clearly not the way to go about it. All you're doing is hurting the nice people who already have money in their hands and want to give it to you. I never thought I'd say this, but more publishers need to try and be like Electronic Arts. Lately, they've been focusing on creating high-quality DLC for their projects right after launch, but also making it free after a time. This does two things that are incredibly smart. First, it's making it so your most hardcore followers always have something new to look forward to and to buy in order to keep them engaged with your product. Secondly, this encourages new gamers to pick it up even long after release because it means they're getting an even bigger experience than was originally sold. This is a clever way to earn millions of more dollars to keep your company in business, but doesn't screw with your fan base for no reason. This has just been another random gaming rant from DreamcastGuy. What do you think about always online gaming? Do you have something you love to play even though it's stuck connected to servers? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Alright, now if you excuse me, I'm gonna go level up a little bit more in Diablo 3. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.